Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Hello. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 446 of the show. March 24th, 2023, 2:13 p.m. That's right. We are down the home stretch for the last full week of March as we're heading into April next weekend. Before we go on, I want to explain what happened in the episode, the Push Your Luck episode. I originally did the B-side, but I forgot to upload it, in which I won. But I had to do it again last night, just the B-side, and I ended up losing. But it's okay. I will make the comeback on Push Your Luck. I always do. Sometimes I make the comeback. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes you know, like I said, a lot of people have been not understanding my concept, the way of I live my life. Is basically, if you make a mistake, yeah, you be forgiven. But sometimes when you get knocked down, you get up again. And that's what that's what usually happens. But, that's why I don't bother myself with winning all the time. So, and for that DC Gonzaga guy to tell me to do the Larson version of Pressure Luck, that's not totally winning. It's kind of, it is cheating in a way, but although I like the idea, I like the concept, but I want to win fairly, and that's what I like to do. So, and since I don't have the Larson pattern on the Banks version, I can't do it on the Tamarkin version. I got to play it even. And it's very, very important that I do so. It's all about having fun, though, and doing the Larson pattern all the time is not that fun. Come on, trust me. I love to win a lot, but sometimes you gotta lose some games. You gotta win some, you gotta lose some. Yeah, sometimes sometimes time to focus on what I need to do is just make sure that I stop the board without a whole bunch of whammies on the board. Basically, that's what I need to do. But enough about what happened last night. Also, I want to welcome back Thomas Willis to YouTube. Like I said, he went away for a while because of the drama that's been going on. He decided to clear his head, clear his mind, and I want to give a shout out to Thomas Willis for coming back. So, Thomas Willis, if you're watching this, shout out to you, my friend. Welcome back. Let's go. This is the final impact before Sacrifice. I got some news, and I will get to that news when I get to a certain match. I will explain. Six-man tag match, the trios match of Time Machine. That will be the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, former Impact Tag Team Champions, and Kushida to go up against the Design with Callahan in his corner. In their corner at the Design with Diener, Angels, and Big Con. And Time Machine won the matchup because Callahan got involved and sacrificed himself for the Design. Don't know if that will be step 7 or not. We'll find out. The Coven addresses Rosemary after winning the tag team titles. So who's going to challenge them? Because the Coven is really dark-sided. And I don't like witchcraft or anything like that, but Taylor Wilde and Kylan King can play some serious mind games to anybody who would step up against the Coven. Looks like Death Doll's not done with them yet, and I'll explain more. Well, Raj Singh has decided to become so freaking rich that he decided to change his name to Champagne Singh. So a little bit of a name change. Eddie Edwards and talks to Kenny King. He says sometimes you want to get rid of some of your past. Sometimes you have to go back to it. In fact, he said that Kenny King and Eddie Edwards were attending Jay Briscoe's funeral, and they decided to go over to his mother's house afterwards. And they said right there and then they know what they have to do. So Kenny King's going one-on-one with PCO at Sacrifice. This Sacrifice is tonight at 8. Women's knockouts action, Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuoso, went up against Savannah Evans. And despite the fact that Giselle Shaw and Jay Vidal was in Savannah Evans' corner, Purrazzo won the matchup, but then all three attacked Deonna Purrazzo after the matchup. Well, Jessica was upset that they lost the Knockouts tag team titles. Taya Valkyrie, and possibly her last appearance on Impact, and Rosemary tried to calm her down. Jessica's going to look for the coven. And then encounters a coffin is about to open up. But then Taya Valkyrie stops her and says, hey, listen, you can't look into the light and everything else, but there are a pair of hands coming out of the coffin, grabbing Taya Valkyrie and slamming her inside the coffin. Well, won't be seen again on Impact, but she's on AEW right now, is Taya Valkyrie. So, it means Rosemary and Jessica are on their own without Taya Valkyrie. Mixed tag action, Tommy Dreamer and Mickie James went up against Bully Ray and Masa Slamovich. Bully Ray and Masa Slamovich didn't win the matchup. Bully Ray was about to put Mickie through a table, but then Jordan Gray stops Bully Ray, but accidentally spears Mickie James. Now, Mickie James suffered an injury during that matchup, and she tweeted that she was unable to defend the Knockouts the Knockouts Championship at Sacrifice tonight. So I'm sure they'll address the state of the because she was supposed to defend it against Jordan Grace. So I'm sure the Impact Management will. I'm sure Santino Marella has an idea of what to do. So all right. So there's that. So there's that. Rich Swann, Frankie Kazarian talked about Josh Alexander, Steve Maclin, and Rich Swann felt very uncomfortable about him not being a threat or anything because you need to talk to, and Frankie Kazarian said you need to talk to Josh Alexander. Then Rich Swann went to go to the dressing room to talk to Josh, but then see Steve Maclin rifling through the stuff with Josh Alexander. What are you doing? And you're right and all that. All right, tag action, Dirty Dango and Joe Hendry against Brian Myers and Moose. Joe Hendry says, we got the two magical words to say. And Dirty Dango, what is he doing? He's got Jelly DX. Suck it! I'm like, that's not the two words I think Joe Hendry wants to talk about. Yeah, I appreciate the enthusiasm and they say, Dirty Dango's a weird guy. I like Dirty Dango. He's funny. He's been funny since the WWE. I'm like, bring him back to the WWE. Reunite him with Tyler Breeze. Bring back Breezango. Make him more weirder and fun. Imagine that. Breezango versus the Maximum Male Models or Breezango versus Pretty Deadly. Let's bring Dirty Dango back to the WWE so we can have those dream matches, man. Let me tell you. Anyways, Moose and Myers did pick up the victory. Joe Hendry defend the Digital Media Championship against Brian Myers. So that goes into Sacrifice. Josh Alexander comes out and addresses Steve Maclin. Maclin, he says he respects Steve Maclin as a combat veteran, as an in-ring competitor. And then Maclin says, I've been watching you. The camera wasn't on me. It was on you. He goes, he's been scouting. So, Steve Maclin said, hey, you and I going at it tomorrow night on Sacrifice, which is tonight. I'm going to beat you for the championship. And ends up walking away after that. So this is going to be very interesting to say the least in the in this situation tonight. Sacrifice, as you know. Some big, like I said. So that's it for episode 446 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 Impact Event Center for the 23rd of March 2023. That was last night. Some notes. After, some notes. I'll be doing Bullseye on the next episode, but also tonight, SmackDown NXT Level Up I'm doing tonight. But Rampage will not be on tonight because of the NCAA March Madness tournament going on. So it is, they're moving Rampage to tomorrow night at 10. I got to message Jordan about that to let him know because he didn't watch Dynamite. He always watched AEW Rampage, but that's going to be on tonight. So I'm going to have to remind him, if he hasn't watched this video yet, I'm going to have to remind Rampage will be on tomorrow night at 10. So there is that. Excuse me. Anyways, all joking aside, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, next episode will be episode 28 of the Bullseye Bonus Island. We'll see what happens there and then. Now, it's a cool thing I have a new room now where I can reach everything. All right. So, that's all the time we have on this show. And I'll see you on the next episode. Until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.